Eric, what are you doing?
I'm sharing under the influence.
What?
Well, let me clarify. I'm sharing online under the influence of major influencers.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, yeah. And there's no denying that influencers can have a huge effect on marketing campaigns. In this episode, I'll explain why influencer relationships matter, how to obtain them, and how to make best use of them. Stay with us.
So, Eric, why do influencers matter?
Well, Mark, the simple answer is influencers have, well, influence.
Duh.
No, really, that sounds obvious, but it's why building good relationships with influencers can be so beneficial to your marketing. True influencers aren't just people with big social media follower numbers. The most valuable influencers are those who are proven thought leaders. When they share or recommend something or someone, people in their audience take note. And better yet, they take action.
Okay, I get that. So, should I find some influencers relevant to my market and start pitching my content to them?
Only if you want to get quickly labeled as a spammer. No, to get the most from influencers, you need to build a relationship with them, and that can take time.
So, how can I build those valuable relationships with influencers in my business vertical?
Well, interestingly enough, I've recorded a digital marketing classroom video in which I teach seven steps to building valuable relationships with influencers. I recommend you watch that video, but let me share 3 quick tips that will get you started. First, get as familiar as you can with what the influencer writes and talks about. That will enable you to interact with those influencers in ways that are meaningful to them. The second tip flows out of that first one. Work on becoming very useful to the influencer you've targeted. That doesn't mean just resharing his or her stuff, though that's a start. Go beyond that to engaging regularly with the influencer, striving to always add something constructive and valuable to the conversation. Look for opportunities to actively contribute to the influencer's success. Perhaps you can contribute some data to a project they're working on or introduce them to someone that can help them. The third tip is to be patient. Relationships take time. Resist jumping the gun and pitching the influencer too early for something that will benefit you. Instead, a good first step is to offer to collaborate on a project or to ask for them for an opinion on something or a tip related to something you're created. If you do these things well, over time, the influencer may come to recognize your value, and he or she will begin to promote and connect with you naturally. That's always the best.
So, thanks, Eric. Now, what Eric just shared with you is the rudiments of influencer relationships. For a deeper dive, I highly recommend his digital marketing classroom video, which you'll find at the URL on your screen now. And don't forget to join us every Monday for a new episode of Here's Why.